Hello everyone, this is Tempest Rain here, and welcome to my video. Today, we doing Annihilation on Arknights, Annihilation guide or strategy, whatever you want to call it. And we'll be doing the new weekly one, Paddy Field 9-7. Let's see. Here's the map. I'll show you. I'll tell you about the mechanics about it later on. Here are the enemies. Not too hard, no boss characters. I will say that the three type of enemies that you will have to look out for are these ones, the blemish, since they are the range attackers. And then you have these, the miasmas. They are the strongest ones, and then they can do revival, which is a pain in the butt to deal with, and take them out as soon as possible. Next we have the rat thieves right here. These ones. These aren't too hard, but they are a key to completing this map and dealing with the mechanics of this map. So as soon as you see them, take them out as quickly as possible. And as you all can see, these enemies are weak to arts damage, so I recommend you bring some art units here. That will help out, but if you do have strong snipers that can go through the defense, because the defense isn't that bad either, so you can actually just... Okay, I take that back. There are a couple of them heavily defensive, but like, if you have a good sniper, that can help you out. Really. And here are the operators that I will be using. Disclaimer, you do not have to use the exact same one. I will be telling proper substitutes or like what operators that can be used instead if you're F2P friendly. I'll try to keep that. I'll give out any substitutes that will be pretty helpful. For example, for the vanguards that we're starting out will be Myrtle. Will be Myrtle. I can't go to her thing, god damn it. Well, Myrtle and Siege. Myrtle, of course, being the best flag bearer in the game, perfect DP generator, and then a vanguard like Siege, who is pretty strong and can consistently generate enough DP. But if I recommend any substitute, I recommend any other that isn't Musi, because she's a range one. You need ground operators to help you out. I recommend mostly like lance units like Granny, Verna, and Wildmane if you got her from the event. There are other lancer units that you could probably use as well, but I recommend these two. Any vanguard should be fine as long as you get basically have one flag bearer and one that can generate consistent DP. The most DP that you would have to need after this, after you deploy all your necessary units, is about at least 150 to 180, but it shouldn't be too hard with the units you have. With the snipers, I'd be using Platinum or Rosemontes. Platinum can be easily replaced by other snipers like Exium, Blue Poison. It has to be a fast and consistent one, so like Arknights would be a pretty good substitute if you don't have anyone else, but it has to be a consistent fast sniper. So Jessica is also a pretty good substitute if you have her maxed out E2. And then for Rosemontes, you don't actually have to use Rosemontes. I'm only using her because she has good range and she does AoE. So if you have someone like Rosemontes or W Alter, I don't have W Alter, but if you have W Alter, I recommend using her. I don't know if that audio caught up, but again, I'll say it again. If you don't have Rosemontes, I recommend any other range sniper units that have extended range, so like Ambria, Bartooth, Unicum, any Deadeye characters basically that does extended range. Yeah, extended range lowest, and they'll actually be pretty helpful actually if I recommend Deadeye units. I am going to be using her because she has better coverage. She does do consistent AoE damage. Deadeye units might actually be more better in this, but if you have her or W Alter, I recommend them. Let's see other characters. Yeah, I just recommend Deadeye characters. Basically, they will be pretty helpful in this map. Somewhat not heavily, but if you have them, if you want to use them, go for it. Now we have two lords, Laplat and Frostleaf. You don't have to use two lord characters. You just can. I recommend just one, at least. I'll be using Laplat as the main lord and Frostleaf as a support. I'll be using Frostleaf because she actually has extended range on her attack. But I recommend characters like if you have Silver Ash is also really good for this map as well if you have him. But any other characters that have any guard operators that have range for their attacks, so like Tequila right here. Any Tequila, if you have Milnar, I recommend those two since they actually be pretty helpful in this map. Any range operators that can do the job, and then if you don't, I recommend, of course, the ambusher units, so like Manticore, Mizuki. I recommend any ambusher operators who would work nicely as well. You just gotta position them differently. Alright, and then we have the two medics. One AoE at the very least. She is one of the best ones, Filiasa. I'm probably saying that wrong, it's fine. If you don't have her, I recommend using other AoE healers that will be helpful. You'll get this get Papyrus from the event. Fumer's a good alternative. Reese, I believe she's from the shop. I don't remember. Editor to me will probably say that. I don't think she is, but Reese is also a pretty good alternative. And then we have Nightingale as well. It's also pretty helpful as well for this map. Again, at least one AoE healer, and then we have Shining single. You can use any healer for this one as long as they're reliable. This I'm using Shining because she does provide buffs. Any healer that provides buff is very for this map. You don't really need consistent healing as long as you get the mechanics down. But if you don't have the mechanics down, if it's troubling you, I do recommend a pretty strong healer. Silence, on the other hand, it's actually pretty decent with her medical drone if that's the case. So any other healer should be fine. Warframe and Shining are my recommendations since they can buff your allies to do more damage. And then we have one defender. I'll be using Shu, skill 1, because that'll be more helpful for me. Any guardian defenders would be nice as well. So like if you have Saria, Nail, Glimshine, Gumi, Spot, Senshin from the collab, you guys have done that. I recommend it. Just that if you're using a guardian, I do recommend at least, unless you're paying attention, but I do recommend at least doing the auto skill. So if you're using Gumi, I recommend skill 1 instead of skill 2. And make sure that's skill 7 right now. I just can't do it right now because I'm really scrap. Alright, and then we have the casters. I'll be putting Angelica in this list as well because she is very helpful. For the casters, I recommend, out of all these casters, I do recommend, if you don't have, I recommend both these. I recommend FG Falma and Golden Glow. If you don't have FG Alma, I recommend replacing FG Alma with a AoE caster like Lava, Skyfire. Anyone that does consistent ones, but if you don't, a core caster would be nice too, like Amiya is a good replacement. Honestly, if anything, if you don't have FG Fallout, I recommend Amiya at least in this case. But if not, there's Kejia from the one of the events. Let's see what else. Any other core casters are pretty nice too. So if you have a core casters, I recommend doing that since they're fast and consistent. And if you don't have Golden Glow, I do recommend at least one AoE target. Golden Glow isn't going to be most important here, but if you do have, out of all the characters on this list, I do recommend Golden Glow or La Plot Altar, since their global skill will actually be pretty helpful in this case. And Angelica, you don't actually have to use Angelica. I'll be just using Angelica as a backup. But since she is working as a backup, she probably won't be as helpful dealing with the main enemy. So if you have anyone that does like affect the global map, like Angelica, which I highly recommend. I'll go ahead and use her. But I have one more caster as a backup just in case. But if you follow this this strategy just right, you should be able to not be able to use that last caster. All right, let's get to it. Alright.
You people, I don't think I'll even remember your faces after this one.
Okay, after LaPlause stops talking.
Let's just get started.
Alright, so since on this map, we'll be dealing with the water levels in this game, in this map. And in those who have done the yin sibling one, the one related to Shu. If you've done that map mechanics is similar to this one, so you've done that before, no much explanation. But basically, the water levels here, you'll be basically on the rice paddle levels. These will either heal or harm your operators that are on the ground, depending on the miasma level. And basically, the darker the water is, the worse it gets, and it will consistently damage your operators. We have 3 checkpoints, 2 on the left, 1 on the top. And then we've been given stuff to help out. We have the pumping station, and then we have the valves. Both these will be helpful, and I'll show which one where you should place them. Alright, let's start. Let's get the map over. First, as usual, set up your vanguards. Myrtle as usual. And Siege facing down so she can do AoE damage.
A warrior must be ready to face death.
While you do that, let's place your core caster here.
All the best.
Face him up.
Ooh, we're counting on you again today, little apple.
And place your AoE here, facing down.
Unit charging.
Actually, yeah.
Get lost.
Alright, have your second lord or your ranged guard over here.
This should work. We're counting on you.
Alright, and then start putting the bows.
My rule is to balance your lives hanging.
Plan them over here.
Nothing to intercept. I have to get serious now. A warrior must be ready to face death on the back.
Alright, here, I'm playing this on my phone, so I can't really show it. Editor me will put it in. But over here where I place, I basically made a safe spot where I can use the pumps. Where I can use the pumps safely, and it'll make... Because the enemies in this map will contaminate your water level, and then it will cause hell. And then the pumps are pumping water from the contaminated area, they'll be pumping the contaminated water into the rice paddies, and that will just increase the level even more, so you gotta be very careful.
A warrior must be ready to face death on the battlefield.
And because of that, I recommend putting at least some valves over here, so when enemies die on there, they won't contaminate it. So here's one.
Ooh, I have to get serious now.
Alright. Put your
A warrior must be
range
ready
units
to
over
face
here.
death on the battlefield. We're counting on you again today, little apple. I'll do my best.
Yeah, the rats are starting appearing now, so make sure you have a consistent sniper facing over there.
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Alright, now we're starting dealing with enemies that deal with blight, which is going to be annoying.
Or perish.
Place your valves over here so you can start purifying it. Yeah, because of this, they can actually give out consistently clean water.
Your orders.
Clean water is good.
My weapon chooses its worthy wielder. Gather around me, guys.
Alright, and finally placing Shu here.
Roar.
Okay, now the reason why I recommend placing Shu or any other Guardian Defender on that spot is so that they can heal your caster on the bottom, since your range ones, including my, unless she activates her skill, won't be able to heal her. So that's why you need at least a consistent Yeah, and also they can add backup support once the water level is worse to hell.
My rule is to
Place
balance your lives
pump
hanging.
over here. I'm probably gonna put the pump somewhere else, but this will just be helpful later on.
A warrior must be ready to face death on the battlefield.
Alright, get rid of those rats. Meanwhile, while we wait, the valves over here, these things. Can I not? Well, I can't, but the little pillars
We're counting on you again.
are actually harmless. But once they reach a certain level, they will become another nightmare. So keep sure you keep the water levels at a safe level.
I'm so tense.
Activate the skills. So blemish. Alright.
We're counting on
Yeah,
you
this is
again
where
today,
I
little
recommend
apple.
bringing at least an AoE healer so you can get rid of
A warrior must be ready to face death on the battlefield.
the blemish on this level right here. Yeah, see, because
I have to get serious now.
my caster is getting attacked, but so I'll be using
Get lost.
extended range.
I'm so
Activate the skill, so she can have more extended range.
Get around, guys. Get lost.
As usual, just keep an eye on this area right here. So the rats over here don't destroy it.
Serious now. Your orders.
Activate the skill.
Stand my edge. Get already, guys.
Place Angelic over here. She'll be backup if any enemies pass that area.
My weapon chooses its worthy wielder.
Alright,
Yes.
down and then place left.
positioning.
Your lower facing down. If you're using Silver Ash, if you're using Silver Ash, I do recommend having him facing to the side instead. Have him facing to the right side, since he actually has his talent to be able to hit invisible enemies in this map.
You'll have to try harder than that. The bodily fluids aren't the only thing that's chilling.
Okay, let's just speed this up.
Just ready.
Have Golden Glow help out. And here are the rat thieves. Make sure you take them out fast as possible. So that way you can have another pump here. Add 2 more pumps. One right here. And now since we have 2 consistent level, I'm gonna add 1 more here. Then get rid of this valve on the top. So you have them connected.
Your orders. Let's chill down some hotheads.
Approximately doing some consistent damage. Keep on the rat because they can destroy the valves in an instant. So just keep an eye on
Just try me.
the valve level. Alright, since we got another one, have another one now. And since we have 2 pumps, you can get rid of this valve, so you should be able to clear. Now the important thing is that the top valve right here, make sure this area next to it does not get any contaminated. So when the rat, so make sure the moment you see these spots destroyed, make sure you clear it out, repair them as soon as possible.
Can I feel the distance? There!
Okay, let's just speed it up.
Can you do it? Let's chill down some hotheads. Please get your
So if you don't have F-Dreamer, I recommend at least having a fast core caster like Amiya, skill 1 or skill 2. Alright, keep an eye on this right here. It's not get destroyed. Right, it's been destroyed, replace it.
You'll have to try harder than that. The bodily fluids aren't the only thing that's chilling.
Yes, truth. Ever echoes in our souls.
Come on, Sherry, quasi tesoro. I'm so tired.
Golden Glow, activate your skill. This should take global. Honestly, if you have LeBlanc or Golden Glow, I recommend activating the skill as soon as you see a crowd of enemies.
Let's chill down with some hotheads. Come on, Sherry, quasi tesoro. Can I really do it? I'm so tired. Hey, back! Professor, this may be a little hot.
Okay. And we're just gonna skip this out because this is for some reason a very long wait. Alright, this is one. You don't actually have to activate skill.
Can I really do it?
Honestly, don't have to activate your skill over here. Just,
I'll plant you into the soil to grow anew.
Hey, back! Please give you past that.
Sow the mountains when summer leaves a white dew. Seed the plains when equinox paints russet hue.
Can you do it? Can I
activate skill.
please?
Right,
Yes.
take out the rat as soon as possible. Alright, got more valves to use.
Can you extend my edge? I'm so tired of the distance. There! Professor, this may be a little hot.
Right, just keep an eye on the valve. Yeah, so honestly, this map isn't too hard as long as you just pay attention to the mechanics. You should be able to clear it out, and then if you clear it out without any support, you should be able to auto this.
Life, brittle as frost, fragile like leaves.
I'll plant you into the soil to grow anew.
I'm so tired of the distance.
Okay.
There! Just try me! Professor, watch out for fires! Smoke
Activate your
fire.
skills.
Brittle as frost. Fragile like
Activate your skill.
I'll plunge you into this
initiating healing process. Let's begin.
Activate Shining Cloth skill.
Ever echoes and not soars.
Place the bow here.
You'll have to try harder than that.
Please keep your temperature stable.
Activate the skill here.
あなたのこの他は知らない。死なせないように気をつける。
Crap. Okay. Yeah, because of this area is not contaminated, get rid of this one because it's gonna just keep pumping contaminated water.
My bodily fluids aren't the only thing that's chilling.
Anyways, that's how you clear it. Yeah, that's how you clear the map. Not too hard. Again, you don't actually have to use the exact same ones. I recommend just using the same archetypes as similar to the last ones, and you should be able to clear it with auto. But if you can't, I do recommend, again, bring either a global caster, so like the Golden Glow or La Pla. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and sorry about
Even
the
such
quality.
a challenging scenario couldn't stop you, Doctor.
God damn it.
Perhaps one day you will find the solution to the non-deterministic
Sorry for the
polynomial
poor
time
quality on my,
problem.
because I'm recording this on my phone. I wanted to record this on my laptop, but like, OBS and my computer will not work together, so I'm recording this via my phone. But, what are you guys' thoughts on my guide, and if you have any more questions, just let me know. Thank you.